Day 6. I'm working on the 12 and a half with Gary Vaynerchuk, and I'm videotaping this. Yesterday, I taped my push-ups, and then I usually do a follow-up video. I don't know how to edit, but yesterday I experimented with doing footage and getting things together, so I do have some footage of yesterday, but I did not make a video. So anyway, I might put that video first and then this one today. I worked not last night. Last night was my first night off because I work nights. So yesterday after work I came here, I went right to bed, had a nap, come back up. I did my exercises. Now, then I did my push-ups, and then I stayed up. Well, I stayed up until midnight yesterday, slept. I have a car that's not starting, so I don't know what to do. I was following another person, not Gary Vaynerchuk, but another person online before I met Gary Vaynerchuk. I was following an influencer called Leo at actualize.org. And that basically taught me how to not be the bitch of my own brain. That was something that Ty Lopez, another person, and also Tom Bilyeu talk about. But we're going to back up and talk about Leo at actualize.org. And he said usually when you need to start a task, and a lot of people do, even Ryan Holiday, who writes the Daily Stoic, they all talk about doing the hard thing first, the emotionally hard thing first. Well, I went to sleep at midnight, and it's hard for me to kind of get used to sleeping during the night once I start. That's why I have to be sleepy. So I went to bed at midnight, and I got up at 5. I woke up at 5. So it was kind of early, and I didn't sleep really well. So I laid there for an hour, actually tried to sleep, turned the light on, because I follow a neurochemist who also a neuroscientist, not chemist, a neuroscientist, and I think it's Dr. Lieberman. Anyway, he talks about sleep and sleep deprivation and what you can do for jet lag. So anyway, he says that when you're making transitions, there are little tricks you can do. So what I did is I laid there, because what woke me up at 5 in the morning after only 5 hours sleep, I think are two things. One is that I only had 4 or 5 hours the night before, and your body kind of adjusts to that. Also, is I have a car that's won't start. It's out on the street, and that's bothering me, and I've got to figure out how to do that. And I don't have a clue how to fix that. So that's on my mind. And then, of course, I'm doing YouTube videos, and I want to learn how to edit and actually do get a YouTube channel set up, and then work on social media and do all these things. And so I've got the car that won't start, the YouTube video thing that I want to do. This is a dream that I've always wanted to do. This is Saturday. It's one of only 2 days I have off this week. I still need to journal to get all this shit out of my head and onto the paper. And then I want to do my yoga, I want to do my push-ups, and then I want to eat. And I'm 66 years old, and my body goes through these changes, like when I work at nights and when I work days, my circadian rhythm gets kind of fucked up. So there's a part when you wake up in the morning, your body is at its coolest, and then it starts to get warm, and then it raises out throughout the day, and then toward the night, it starts to cool down again. But when you work nights, that's all fucked up. So anyway, I woke up at 5, and a lot of times I'm cold, and because I intermittent fast, and I'm hungry, but I just kind of work through it like a stoic. I'm trying to work through this, because when you get older, not when you're a kid, actually when you're a kid, you learn you learn because it's fun, because you don't judge yourself, and also because there's not a lot in your brain. But as you get older, you start questioning yourself. You start living in, doing more remote scenarios in your head. And so all those things kind of mess with your circadian rhythm and your body temperature. So today, this morning, I noticed that my body temperature, I wasn't cold. I was actually feeling like I'm sweating. And I have to take my cold shower. So it's an excellent thing to realize, okay, my body is waking up in the time where most everybody's body is supposed to wake up during the day. So that's good. So do I exercise? Do I jump in the cold shower and then exercise? Because I always mix it up. So what's the emotionally hardest thing to do? I don't know. So I'm just going to pick one. And it's videotaping this. And then I'm going to do my push-ups. And then if I'm still sweating like this and not hungry, I might jump in the shower. Then I might get out and do my yoga. But that's what I'm doing. Anyway, all of these things are trying to help to calm down my brain, because as I'm doing these things, that certain worry portion of your brain is like, how are we going to fucking do this? Or what's this problem? How are you going to get this going? And how are you feeling? And we need to sleep. And just all the stupid shit that your brain does. It does one thing and then it thinks the opposite thing. And I have to calm myself and just think about there's a higher awareness that doesn't work on this emotional plane. And that's what really helps me with finance, what helps me with just a better life, and looking at the big picture instead of the short-term gains. So again, that's what Gary Vaynerchuk talks about. That's what, again, all those other people I follow. And this is my journey at trying to make sense of this and see if I get to be better. And as I do these things, I realize that I itch, and so I go start to scratch, and I say, wait a minute, I'm being videotaped. I don't want to do that, so I'll just fight through it. And that's what I started to do, scratch, and that's why I patted my neck, and I'm letting you know what's going on in my head, because I can't edit this and videotape this and show me talking to myself back and forth, all this stuff. But showing this just to document it and also explain what's going on. Okay, I think I'm going to do my push-ups now just to keep going with this. Anyway, I also follow Athlete X. I'll put eventually I will explain that more. Or I don't have a way of putting anything in a link. I don't know how to do that right now, but eventually I will link to all these people that I'm working with, and this one Athlete X, and he's talked about Gary Vaynerchuk, again, in the book, Gary Vaynerchuk, he talks about doing as many push-ups as you can for 55 days, and then see how much you can do at the end. Well, as I was doing push-ups, I started looking, and I saw this Athlete X, and he says, please don't do 100 push-ups. Please, there are better ways to do them, better gains. He tells, actually do push-ups until you're almost at 5 reps away from failure. And basically I can do maybe 30 push-ups, so I'm going to try to do 25 push-ups where I'm 5 still away from failure. And then he suggests doing a series of other exercises which are kind of which work the other muscles that you don't use. And I'm going to do that, and at the end of the 55 days, then I will see how many push-ups I can do, and maybe it won't be 100 or whatever it'll be, but at least I'll be more healthy. So that's my explanation of this, and I'm not trying to stall, but I do want to. You guys don't know what's going on in my head, so anyway, I'm just trying to explain it. I have my socks on, and this slips, and these, again, what I'm wearing right now are my pajamas. So, yesterday I got up and got outside, and took footage of walking outside in my bare feet in the cold. But I haven't videotaped that yet. So I'll probably videotape that first, then do this video after that. Anyway, here goes. Now he talked about doing this. I was following Athlete X. And again, I didn't really, I only saw that video once that he talked about. And so I have no idea if I did that actually right, and I have to go back. But at least I did something. And so this is documentation. I don't know if this is true or not. But even if you do something wrong, Tom Bilyeu said, it's better just to start action. And so I've started this week YouTube posting these videos, and they are fucking terrible. But it's a start. And so what you saw me just now do there, the backward thing, I have no idea if I'm doing that right or all, because I'm doing what I saw only once and what I just remember. So I'm gonna go back and review that. But anyway, I'm rambling, and this is my 6th day at doing push-ups, and then I will do another follow-up video. Anyway, Bob out.